Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Enjoy Learning Computer Science. To watch my previous videos, watch my YouTube channel. To get notified for my new videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel Enjoy Learning Computer Science. This video is part 10 of working with functions. Passing a mutable type value to a function. Okay. So let us see what happens inside memory if you pass a mutable type such as a list. Look at this program, more or less like the previous program, but instead of an integer variable, I have given a list here. Okay, so list 1 is equal to 1. So here the execution starts from the main program, right? So the value which is stored, only one element will be stored in the list. The next line will be print list before function called list1. So what will be printed? List before function call colon 1 will be printed. Am I right? I'll show you. So this will be the first statement. Okay. Now, next line, my function to list1. You're calling this function with this list. What is this list? Only one element is there. So then it will print inside called function now. So after list before function call 1, the second statement will be inside called function now list received 1. So this will be printed. See, inside call function 1 list received. Okay, now my list of 0 will be equal to my list of 0 plus 2. So the list is not changing, only the first element of the list is changing from 1 to 1 plus 2, which is 3. So when it printed list within called function after changes is my list means it will print 3. See, list within called function after changes 3, right? Now return. Okay, so it is returning, going back, and list after function call is list1. So what is list1? The same thing, the element is only changed, list1 remains the same. So the same thing will be printed, that is 3. So when there is a change in the mutable data type, the memory address of the list will not be changed, but the memory address which refers to the individual element of the list will be changed. Okay, that is the main difference between mutability and immutability when you pass it with a inside a function. Okay, so we have seen two programs, one for immutable type value and for the other one is for the mutable type value function. Okay, now look at this example. So first, what is the first statement? First statement in the main program is list1 is equal to 1. Since it is the main program, so it will be the list1 will be pointing to will be stored in a global environment, and the first element of the list will be pointing to 1. Am I right? So this is list1. In that 0 is the first element. List1 of 0 is the first element which is pointing to the R. Okay, so only the address of the first element where it is stored will be inside list1, right? Now next line will be print list before function call L1. Now you are calling the function list1. So when you call list1, another variable called mylist will be stored in the local environment which will be pointing to the same list which is list1. Okay, now inside you are giving my list of 0 is equal to my list of 0 plus 2. So 0 means it is referring here the first element 1, that will be changed into 3. So that will be changed here. So there is no change in the list memory address, only the first element of the list will be changing from 1 to 3. So that address only will be changing. Okay, so once it is created, the local environment will disappear, and finally you will be printing only 3 as the output. Okay, now pass arrays to functions. Now array mostly popular in other programming languages like Java, C++, JavaScript and so on. But in Python they are not that common. Okay, so when we talk arrays with respect to Python, we are referring only to list. Okay, we are referring only to lists. So you know what is a list? It is a mutable data type, and you know all the other functions of list. Now look at the example program. I've here all the programs is with function only because we are learning about function. So the name of the function is do something the list, for elements in the list print element. Come to the main program, do something, passing a list. You are passing a list like array, right? 1, 2, 3. So when you are calling the function, the control goes here. What is inside the function? The list means it will pass 1, 2, 3. For element in the list, print element. That means it will print 1, 2 and 3, right? Then a list is equal to red, green, blue. Another list is we have assigned, and then calling the same function, and red, green and blue will be printed. So list is mutable type. That's why it is treated as pass by reference. We have already seen what is the properties of mutable and immutable data type. So when we talk about arrays in Python, you should think about lists. Okay. Now functions using libraries. What are the functions using library? There are many functions available, right? So mathematical functions. These mathematical functions are available under which module? We have already studied in grade 11, that is math module. Okay, so before using any functions which is available in the math module, you have to import the module. So for example, if you are going to use square root function sqrt, so before using sqrt, you have to use import math. Look at the example. So import math, then r is equal to math, the name of the module dot sqrt. Okay, this is how you have to use the functions, library functions. Okay, so first you have to import the module, then use the functions inside the module. Now pass string to a function. How will you pass a string to a function? A string can be passed as an argument, but it is used as pass by value only. It cannot be passed as reference because string is immutable data type. Okay, wherever it is immutable, it can be passed by value. Okay, so look at the example. Def welcome title. Title is equal to hello plus title. So this is the main program. R is a string variable storing Mickey. Welcome R, you are calling the function welcome R. So instead of title, the value of R will be passed, that is Mickey. So title is equal to hello plus title means hello plus Mickey. Then print R, what will be printed? Only Mickey will be printed because here title is only changed and no return value, no print statement from the def function. So nothing will be, so it will print output Mickey. So any string passed in a function as argument can be used as pass by value. Now pass tuple to a function. Previous program, that is here you can use return also. So we'll see with the return. So in a function call, we have to explicitly define or pass the tuple. Okay, it is not required to specify the data type as tuple in formal argument. Now let's see an example. So main program r is equal to 3, 1, m is equal to max of r. It is calling the max function. Inside what is the parameter? My tuple. So actual argument will be passed. 3, 1 will be passed here. So first, second is equal to my tuple. Now, if first is greater than second, return first, else return second. Okay. So my tuple 3, 1. 3 is greater than 1, return 3, else 1. So here's 3 is greater than 1. So the output will be 3. Okay. Now don't here look at this, return 3 only. Now it will be stored, return 3, that will be stored in the variable m. So what will be printed? 3 will be printed in the variable. So m, because print m only it is given. So the value of m is 3. Okay. So this is passing a tuple to a function. Now passing dictionary to a function. So the dictionary also can be passed as an argument to a function like other variables. The same thing only. Here I have given my dictionary, function my dictionary, passing dictionary as argument. For key in D, print key, value, d of key. So key A value 1, for key B value 2, for key C value 3. So you can pass list, string or tuple to a function.